I want to normalize straight girls being good at sports.
I was like that. I was like, just because I'm good at sports doesn't mean I'm gay. Oh. And then I was like, fuck.
Kate, I swear to God, when I'd beat a lesbian, I'd be like, fuck yeah. Like when I'd out sprint my lesbian friend, I'd be like, who am I but the greatest straight who ever straighted?
I took a pounding last night and I still beat you. I can barely fucking walk. You little bitch.
When you guys just had a little clit tickle, I got fucking broken. Like straight girls can be as good as lesbians.
What's up, guys? Thanks for listening. If you're not caught up, this is our first episode without Gara and with one of my other comedy friends acting as youth in the booth. If you're not up to date, I recommend that you go listen to the audio note. It'll explain a lot of things. But on this episode, we have Kate Sisk, my very dear friend Kate Sisk, amazing comedian. Go and give them a follow at the Kate Sisk if you enjoy this episode with them. They're great on this episode. We did another episode for next week with Elena Joy, and holy shit, they were absolute fire. I think you're going to love them. So let's make them feel welcome. If you laugh at their jokes today, go shoot them a DM on Instagram and let them know that you think that they are hilarious. And just thank you so much for everyone being so supportive these past few weeks. All right, enjoy the episode. It's a good one. No, that's how we're starting.
Just hawking a loogie.
That's some gay SMR for you that no one ever wanted to hear. How you guys doing? It's a new podcast now. I'm old and I'm lonely. This is a weird start because it's a weird time. Hannah, I'm so glad that you're here.
As your emotional support, I will always be here for you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
It's also weird because I haven't done. This is, I think, our first in-person 3-person episode.
In a long time.
I can't remember the last one.
I actually feel weird doing podcasts in person now. I'm like, oh my God, they can see how my brain works.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Zoom,
yeah.
You just feel like you're talking to, a TV the whole time.
Right.
You can space out. I'm like doing full text messages during my pod. Like actually.
Who are you texting during your pod?
I don't know, like people text you and it comes up on your computer and I'm like, I guess I'll answer this.
I put everything on I put on Do Not Disturb. I put on all the things.
Yeah. But I also have like my notes up and then sometimes I'll start Googling shit.
You have notes?
I have notes for when I interview people. Sorry, I'm prepared. You clearly didn't care at all that I'm here.
I don't do...
There's no soundboard today, so that was my ooh.
Also, this is Kate, everybody.
Hello.
Hi, Kate.
So the reason
to me later. Keep talking about what you're talking about.
Yeah, let's turn on Kate. What are your issues, bitch?
Well, the thing is, the listeners don't even know who Kate is. This has been a big transitional period for me. Jen and I broke up. Gara decided to leave the podcast.
Broke up with you.
I got broken up with twice.
Career and love. Just shaken up.
Yeah. And then I got I stress perioded. My cycle will get affected by.
So you're not on birth control?
No.
That was a stupid question for a lesbian.
I mean, some lesbians are on it.
I'm on it.
It does regulate your cycle.
Yeah, it's regulated it to be every week. I don't know what's happening. This is my introduction to everyone. I get a period every week. Hello.
Help me. I'm bleeding from my insides way too often. Wait, so when you're stressed.
My period will delay until the stress is over, like this whatever's going on. And then it's like,
what a fucking release. What a release.
Oh, like when a gymnast retires.
So I was so stressed out about this transition. And if you're listening and you're like, oh my gosh, how is this going to go? Look, I'm with you. Like I have been going through it, and it's just going to be what it is for a minute.
Well, the positive of this is this podcast has been long enough for there to be growth. And if it's nothing stays the same. Isn't that like science?
Yes.
That's smart. Isn't that the point of science?
That is science.
That nothing stays the same. Isn't that a quote that some smart person said
that's
once?
Neil deGrasse Tyson
yes.
said nothing stays the same.
He copied me, but I was saying nothing stays the same.
That's science.
So things are going to grow, things are going to change, your relationships are going to change, the podcast is going to evolve, and I'm proud to be on the journey with you.
That's why you're here, because you were here from episode 4. You were one of the first people that I recorded with.
I'm still upset. I was the 4th. However, I'll be here to support you. I'm just kidding.
You want to bump Raina Greenberg? Go text Raina Greenberg and be like,
If
hey.
you're gonna have another straight girl on the pod, I just thought I'd be number one, but whatever. It's fine. Raina's great. If it's gonna be someone, I'd have Raina.
But yeah, I hope everyone listening at home, God, I don't know, I didn't plan this, but I love you guys so much, and you've been such a huge part of my life, and I hope that you stick with me during this transitional period. I will be transitioning from
Oh my God.
From what?
From what?
That's, yeah.
To what?
Because it's whatever you want. We support whatever you want.
That's true. But I've got my cancel coach. Oh my God, cancel
Cancel
coach.
coach. That's amazing.
Let's take a minute to introduce Kate.
Yes.
Kate is one of my favorite people on the planet. An actual hilarious comedian. My sister's favorite comedian.
That must hurt.
She said besides Ashley. She said besides Ashley, Kate is my favorite.
She's like my mom and dad's and Kat's favorite comedian.
My father is dead, but he actually came back from the grave
to shake my hand.
He does leave signals saying Kate's really funny.
Sometimes I'll hear a wind chime and it'll be like, Kate.
The lights flicker and it's just like, Kate should be on your pod.
There's lipstick in my mirror and it says Kate backwards.
You're fully haunted by your dad wanting you to bring Kate on the pod.
But you are one of my favorite comedians. You are one of my sister's favorite comedians. You are a dear friend of mine for many years. You opened for me on the road. And when I developed this show, I did not intend to have Gara be around for so long, but Gara was so incredible and really wanted to stick around.
So passionate, so funny, such great chemistry.
Yeah.
Perfect fit.
Perfect fit for the show. So I thought, hell, let's do it. But then the idea at the time was to have a rotating youth in the sound booth to bring on different perspectives. And you were on my list of youths.
And now I'm old.
And now, in that time period,
She's
Kate
now
aged,
just in the booth.
But Kate played for the Olympic qualifying national Puerto Rican soccer team.
Oh my
God. Did I get that right?
Yeah. The Puerto Rican national
You
team.
were basically an Olympic athlete.
We played in World Cup qualifiers and Olympic qualifiers. The team has yet to qualify for those tournaments, but made it further than ever. And they're
What position did you play?
I played.
Oh, this is perfect. You're a sports gay without you're a sports straight.
I'm a sports gay, but like without the gay. But like everyone's a little gay.
But
So.
what about your backhand? Is it one-handed or two-handed?
Two-handed. Oh yeah, I have do you know tennis?
My partner and I play tennis because it's something that neither of us are good at. So yes, I know tennis.
Yeah, I just know that lesbians have incredible one-handed backhands in tennis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Life.
What position did you play?
So I played center mid and also outside back. And I'm very short and not as fast as other people. So outside back was a very funny position for me to be playing, but it was great.
Did you do head? Did you header?
Did I do head?
Did you header?
Did you give head?
Did you
while
head
you were
people?
on the team?
Did you?
How much head was given on the
How
Puerto
much
Rican
head
soccer
were you
team?
heading?
Yeah, there's a real concern that if you do too much head, you'll get a concussion.
Yeah. No, I always get worried about that.
No,
Always have a safe word if you're going to give a lot of head.
She's like, I know how to head. Calm down.
The goalie punts the ball, it's coming at me. I'm like, pineapple. No, I did do lots of headers. I was good at it. If you're hitting the ball and not letting it hit you, you won't get hurt.
Oh my God, that's like life.
And that's what I'm
You
trying
gotta
to
give
do.
head.
I have to head this podcast.
Yes. Yes.
into-
Don't let it head
It's
you.
not- no, I'm not going to get headed. I will be
also-
heading.
Also, it's all about
Forward.
perspective, because you also could be sitting here with your overanalytical brain being like, oh, like the pod's the same and people are going to get bored with the same thing.
You're so right.
Instead,
You're so
now
right.
you're like, oh, people are not going to like if it evolves a little. So there could be an issue with either or. And it's
You're
just your
so right.
perspective.
You're so right. And I just, I hope that you guys believe in me and believe that I'm going to always bring the funniest people on the pod and represent all different types of points of view.
This pod has had so much success because I'm not even in like the gay sex niche.
What do you mean?
I haven't had my pussy licked. So I'm just saying, like, I hear about
Well,
it.
you've had your pussy
You've
licked,
had-
but not
licked.
by a Puerto Rican soccer player, for
Yes,
example.
which honestly sounds sexy. But I have a question for you. I'm sorry to
yes.
take over. But
No, take over. That's why you're
but
here.
I'm fascinated. As a soccer player, were you like jokey on the field, or did you have like an alter ego where you turn into like super competitive? Don't fuck with me, Kate.
Oh, interesting. I am super, super competitive. So there was definitely a seriousness to it. And that goes back to when I was a child. Like I distinctly have this memory of being in gym class and we had like a substitute gym teacher who didn't really know the rules of the game we were playing. And I was like yelling the
You're,
rules
like,
at everyone.
5 years old.
And my like 8-year-old classmates were like, it's only a game. And I just like roided it out, was like, there's no such thing as only a game. So yes, the alter ego competitiveness has been there. But at practice, I just loved all my teammates that I've ever had.
Were you jokey?
So jokey at practice. So like, let's have fun. Because you have to foster a team environment, you know? I feel like humor
Trust.
does that a lot. Yeah, lots of trust.
I'm gonna call you the cancel coach.
No.
Yeah, you're a sports gay. So,
true.
but the youth in the booth keeps me from getting canceled. It's my cancel coach over here. Can't call him a snowflake because there's no snow in Puerto Rico.
Oh my gosh.
Just a bead of sweat.
I'm from outside Boston. There's so much snow.
But I'm so glad you're here. We'll do intros now. You want to do intros?
Oh, can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
I heard that stand-up is divided into 2 types of people. This is a mass generalization.
Okay.
Men and women. I'm just kidding. Oh, we're already canceled. We're canceled.
Oh, I'm so
okay,
sorry.
It's either athletes or addicts or sometimes both. Because there's a psychoticness to stand-up where I feel like athletes have that, where like to get the drive you have is not normal.
Yeah.
To be that level
Yeah.
of
I definitely
talent.
have that competitive drive. I also have an addictive personality.
You have to be a little off to want something so sickly to you to just get everyone's attention all the time.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But yeah, let's continue.
But Kate, you're here.
I
You're
am.
queer.
Yes.
I'm Ashley Gavin. I'm a cis gay white woman. She, her pronouns. I'm excited to be here, and I'm going to be honest, I've been rocked around, but I'm ready to get back on my feet and
We love that
trudge
for her.
forward. And I'm good. I'm good.
Good.
Yeah.
If you have to say you're good.
Thank you, Hannah.
Brutal. Brutal.
And for the first time ever, the latest edition,
The booth and the youth.
the booth.
I got a little diner inside of my asshole.
The booth in the youth, my new cancel coach to keep me from getting canceled, Kate Sisk.
Hello, hello, hello. I'll make my own little applause noise because, again, I don't have the board.
The board is not here today because I ordered a splitter online and it hasn't arrived yet. Patreon.com/WHDS.
Okay, I'm Kate Sisk. I'm a comedian, former soccer player like we talked about. I'm white. I'm a lesbian. I'm bisexual.
Bisexual lesbian.
Yeah.
That's definitely confusing for some of the straights that tuned in for Hannah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Explain that.
I do identify as bisexual, but I also look like a lesbian. So
Oh,
as simple as
you're
that.
not
So
watching-
you pass as lesbian.
Yeah, pass
but
as lesbian.
you identify as...
Honestly, there's nothing that Kate doesn't pass as. If you say you're non-binary, you say you're trans, you say you're a lesbian, like no matter what you say you are, people kind of just
Do you
have to be
identify
like,
as,
that's out.
as she?
Yeah, you can use any pronouns. I hate all pronouns equally.
Oh, I love that. I love
So
that.
we can just use the ones that
Which
I've
one
been
do you
stuck
want to
with.
use today?
We can use she today.
She today. All right, cool.
Do you have different moods? Like you wake up one morning and you're like, I'm zaddy.
I don't think so. Never zaddy.
Are you avoiding it?
Avoiding it? Maybe. My therapist ghosted me, so I don't have anyone to talk to about this.
Why'd they ghost you?
I couldn't tell you. She was like, okay, we're going to set up like the next month of sessions. And then she never got back to me. So then I called the emergency number and she didn't call back after I left a
What
message.
the fuck is her problem?
You're going to
I
need to
don't
go to
know.
therapy because of that therapist.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, so because of that bitch, I don't know what gender I am.
We're still waiting for her to get back to you
Call
on
her
that.
and ask her my pronouns.
But I think it's great to have you here because you are questioning.
Yeah.
And I think so many of our listeners are questioning.
Yeah, probably. I think a lot more people are in general than everyone realizes. Because a lot of time it's something done internally, which was the case for me. But then I started talking about it on stage. So now everyone's kind of waiting for an answer.
And truly, it is some of your best material.
Oh,
It's
thank
raw. It's vulnerable.
It sounds like you're at the point in your career where you're like done with the easy laughs and you're like, let's actually look inward, which is scary.
Yeah, it is scary.
Do you feel like you've gotten reactions from comics or people who listen that's helped guided you in any way or made you more confused?
Doing stand-up has helped me make a lot of my friends who are trans. So it's nice to feel like I'm part of a community that's thinking about these things all the time instead of feeling like I'm the weird one out or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's made it any more confusing or easier. It's just nice to be surrounded by other people who are kind of thinking about the same thing.
Wait, Hannah, do you mind introducing yourself?
Oh, not at all. My name is Hannah Berner. I'm straight. I go by she, her, but I also don't love pronouns either. And
Wow.
well, I told you, like, I was raised with no gender. Like, I was a tennis player, and like by 2 years old, my dad was like rolling tennis balls at me and like working on my hand-eye, and I was never praised for typical female things. Like, I was never told like you're a princess. I was never told you're really pretty. It was always like, did you throw the ball far enough, and that kind of shit. And there's part of me that so many times I've wanted to be not a he or a she. I just want to be a they. But then,
Are you the youth in the booth? Kate, get the fuck out of here.
Bye, guys. I'm taking the cat with me, though.
oh my god, the cat legit took her seat. The cat wants to be the booth.
I did sit on the cat.
That's okay. The cat's fine. But then part of me was like, no, like, you want to fight for women, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Like, instead of being like, fuck this narrative of like being a she and I want people to just treat me as a they, then I was like, no, I want to be a woman who's playing on the boys team. I want to be a woman who's doing stand up. But then I guess that means I identify as a woman.
Yeah, it's this weird like thing where I feel that way too. I acknowledge that gender is not really super real, but I am proud of the woman that I am.
Yeah, because I think I'm conceptualizing it different than, let's say, Kate, where I'm like, oh yeah, there just shouldn't be women and men. But Kate, you're like, actually, I really deep down don't feel like I'm in the right gender.
Yeah, I think I'm not by any means an expert. Like, when people ask me questions about translating, I'm like, do you understand? I don't even know what I am.
I'm like, Kate, can you explain it to me?
I cannot answer broader themes and questions because I wake up in the morning, look in the mirror, and say, who the fuck is that?
Oh my god, I could ask you guys so many questions, but shut me up. I had a stupid thought about lesbians, and I was, this is again.
Say it.
I was just like,
Cancel
if you're attracted to like boobs, are you ever like look in the mirror like turned on by your own boob?
I think this thought traveled from like the 1980s into your brain.
No. First of all, that delivery was literally comedically perfect. That was a comedically
And I was
perfect
fully
delivery.
serious, like fully, like, and she was like hoping I was gonna say something kind of smart, and then she was just like, God damn it, she tricked me.
I actually think it's not gay at all to be turned on by yourself. I think it's very common.
I'm turned on by myself.
Yeah, it never used to happen to me until recently, and now I turn myself on the littlest bit. For me, this is not what I'm thinking actively, but I think at a subconscious level, you're like, oh, I'm fucking hot. And other people are going to look at this and be like, boob.
Like, you look at yourself in the mirror from like a crush's perspective, as if like they've never seen something
That's
this
the
hot.
TikTok that you need to make, Hannah. POV, you're pretending you are your crush looking at your Instagram.
I mean, honestly, I have so many questions about gays. Can I ask one more question?
Yeah.
So girls, like, as a girl who has multiple orgasms, men have very different like orgasm patterns. So if you're having sex with, obviously our orgasms are very mental. So like, you have to respect how the other girl multiple orgasms, because some girls probably could do a lot, some can't.
Yeah.
But then it must be hard because like you might get insecure, like, well, she's orgasming like faster than me, and you have the same orgasm.
I have never
situation.
felt weird about my body or anything that I do sexually with another woman.
Yeah.
And it's weird because when I think about gay men, I think, wow, it must be really strange to like compare penises. And I've said that to some of my friends, and they don't really think about it that way. From what
I guess, like, if you're attracted to the person, it's like you're not comparing. You're
you're
just
just like into it. Yeah. I will say there is a little bit of but this comes more from me. I just like making my partner come a bunch of times. I'm on Hinge. Please and lower your age restriction.
But you're right. Two people, it's good when one person like really wants to make someone come a lot, and the other person like likes to come a lot.
And I don't love to come. Like, if I come twice, that takes a lot for me. Like, I'm more of a one and done.
And you just kind of know what that person, because I have some lesbian friends who like glorify it, like, oh, lesbian sex is like 50 orgasms a night.
It can be.
She's like, I'm trying to be nice, but yeah, that's what it is.
It can be.
I mean, straight sex could be too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I think having never had it.
Well, the thing is, the dick stops working.
That's what I think, and I think there's this preconception that it's like, oh well, if my dick stops working, then I'm gonna stop fucking. But you could like eat your partner out or finger them.
There's a weird thing with men though that like after they come,
They get tired.
they
get
are in
all
this
scared.
weird. Yeah, they get scared and tired, and they
Wait, they get
just
scared?
no.
They get like vulnerable.
Wait, scared of
No,
what?
it's like after like after you come, you like want to come more almost. You're like your clit is all like fucking hard and shit. Sorry, that's super graphic. But like that's how science works, right? You get like a erectile. Whatever.
everything changes and your clit is fucking hard. Neil deGrasse Tyson's newest book.
But men,
Your
the
clit is
joke
hard
is
and
like
shit.
after they come, they're not in the mood to keep going.
But what if I were a dude? I do this anyway. I make them come first.
exactly, that's how you get around it.
Yeah. Once again, I am unhinged and unhinged. So please hit me up. Yeah, I think it's just a lot more. I guess it's open-ended. With straight rules, you like follow the rules. He can do whatever he wants up front, but then when it's done, it's done.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas with lesbian sex, it does last a long time.
Yeah, like that's interesting to me. Because men, for it to last a long time, they have to really work hard on like thinking about things that are gross. Like girls are trying to come and guys are trying not to come. That's what straight sex is. It's really strange.
See, with gay sex, I feel like it's more likely you're more likely to miss a window and have to kind of like regroup, strategize, huddle up, be like,
And
where do
every
we go
girl's-
from
every
here?
Take
girl's
out the
different.
whiteboard, X's and O's and arrows.
Yeah, I feel like every girl's different.
Yeah.
And men are like pretty simple. Like lick their penis and they get hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be like very emotionally aware and empathetic to make a girl come.
Yeah.
Well, you know, she's not gonna come unless she's like in a good headspace.
Like I find when I'm with a new partner, I feel like I'm
Don't
freaking
cry.
doing an ad. When I'm with a new partner, I always
Hot tip.
I try to get to know what they like and ask what they like, and yeah, I just ask a lot of questions. There's just a lot.
I think it's communication.
It's a lot.
but
of
there's a
communication.
thin line between an interview and like still being hot when you do it. You know what I mean?
But what if you like a girl in a blazer?
What
if
if
you
interview
wanna
setting is
be-
what turns you on? What if you want to be the boss?
I'm like, okay, how do you come? Now ask me where I see myself in 5 years.
My biggest weakness, my cock is too big.
I feel like your listeners like this episode sucks because we know how gay sex works, and I'm just like, what is?
No, I think that's part of the humor. Also, there are lots of straight and bi-curious listeners and young
Yes.
baby gays.
Yes.
And honestly, this information is helpful to anybody.
Can you guys just give me any pegging advice?
Oh, I don't know why you're asking me.
You don't peg?
No, I've never been with a man, and I mean, I guess are you
Wouldn't
asking me
peg
if
a
I
girl?
Well, then it's not
Oh,
pegging.
that's just fucking.
I think pegging has
pegging has
Stupid straight bitch.
No, you're so fine. I think pegging has a butthole
connotation.
Oh. But what
But
do you call
straight
it?
girls really don't understand what pegging
What
is.
do you
As we
call
just
it?
determined.
What do you call it if you? Oh, a strap on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strapping.
I guess strapping and fucking
Yeah.
interchangeably.
But like,
I
if you
think
just
so.
say, "Hey, I fucked her last night,"
Could mean anything.
It could mean
honestly,
You could have high-fived
You
and
get it.
ate some Cheerios. It's anything.
that's lesbian sex. If we always say on the pod, if it feels like sex, it was sex.
Oh, I love that. I mean, crossing something off your to-do list. Oh. That feels better than sex. I could go on and on.
If you and a boy like 69'd to completion and didn't call that sex because there was no
It's
penetration.
100% sexual.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Why don't you use sex toys?
It's just like not the most pleasurable thing for me on the receiving end. And like I feel like fingers are just as effective for me.
You-
Maybe
is
I've
it- is
never
your
been like
engineering-
dicked down, but
Wait, you sounded so straight when you said that. Can you do that again?
maybe I've never been dicked down.
Oh my god.
You
Maybe
like
I
flipped
just
your
need to, like,
hair
get
before you said
dicked
it.
down. Hey
You
guys,
said
welcome to
dicked
the podcast. I am straight now. Lots have changed over the past 2 weeks.
You started straight and then it got weird.
Sorry. I'm not
When you
good at
said
it.
You're
dick
canceled. This is an
down-
offensive portrayal of straight women.
I know. I feel like you should get canceled for that.
I'm so sorry to the straight community for the way that I portrayed you. No, I don't find it super pleasurable to receive. It can be like a fun, like weird thing to do every now and then. I never did it with Jen because Jen, she's not like a huge fan of getting plowed.
You just want to make love. I get it.
No, like we had like rough sex, nothing crazy. Like we were both pretty. I just like the illusion of choking. I don't want my airway to actually be blocked or to block someone's air.
No windpipe.
No windpipe, but like my handle, I'll put it there, but I'm not gonna squeeze.
Do you know what's so embarrassing that I googled yesterday? I've somehow lesbian TikTok is like interesting to me because there's this girl Francesca Ferragamo. That's not her last name. Whatever.
Francesca Farrago? She did the pod.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I love Francesca.
She was on my FYP, got into it. Then I saw like she was single. I was like, who is she dating? Then I found out it was a girl, and I clicked on the girl, Demi. And then they were doing this thing about like if you're top or bottom. So then I straight up Googled what does it mean for a lesbian to be a top?
It's confusing, and honestly,
because it's different than gay guys.
It is, and I actually think the terminology we should just throw it away.
Yeah, like that's just based
and
on
I will
male
continue
culture.
to use it also.
But isn't it just based on male
Yes.
culture?
Because it's just I think with lesbians and bisexual women and AFAB people, it has like the connotation of like who has like the dominant energy.
See, I thought it meant like when you guys have sex, like you're
That's
going
why
down on
it's
her.
so confusing because
I thought top is like the person that goes down.
it's just so different without a penis involved.
What do you think, Kate?
I feel like even in the gay male community, tops and bottoms, it's not always 100% useful language. Like, obviously, there are people who say, I don't want to top, and there are people who say, I don't want to bottom, meaning literally, like, receiving. But in terms of, like, the dynamics of sex, I feel like
It's not black and white.
Right.
There can be so many different dynamics.
Yeah.
And from person to person, and you don't have to, like, lock yourself down into, like, one way of being or one way of having sex. It's just, like, every relationship or every sexual encounter has its own
that's me doing mouth sounds for the soundboard. That was great. That was good. Yeah, it's just limiting. It's just really limiting.
Do you guys ask each other?
That's a thing. I don't.
Because it's weird that TikTok was asking them.
Yeah, it is weird. I think it's like kind of a baby gay thing a little bit.
Because
Like,
you're not like on a date. You wouldn't be like, so are you a top or a bottom?
no, never. But I do think baby gays might engage in that, like to make each other feel more comfortable sexually because it's new for them and they kind of like want to know what their roles are in the bedroom. But like, no, like I don't think a single lesbian date, please listener write in. But I'm just picturing two lesbians showing up to a date with their backpacks and one being like, are you a top or a bottom? And they're like, I'm a top. And the other ones are like, great, I'll leave my backpack here and we'll just go and you use your strap and forget about mine or whatever.
Yeah, because I guess like with straight people, you don't ask like, are you dominant? You just can tell by their essence that you guys have chemistry.
The thing, it really does come from straight sex because it's like his penis goes in your vagina and that's what it's derivative of when it goes into gay culture. But like with lesbians, it's like especially weird because a lot of us don't use toys.
Really?
A lot of us don't use toys.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Dude, I don't know how to tell you this, but penises are not as...
See, I'm thinking of vibrators.
Yeah, sometimes.
I'm not talking about dildos.
There are a lot of people at home also that are like, I use toys, and that's like totally fine. I guess what I'm trying to dispel is
You're talking about dildos?
I'm talking
Yeah.
about the myth that lesbian sex
like needs.
Yeah,
strap-on.
no. Also, yeah, dildos, unless it vibrates, I don't want it. Because, yeah, vaginal orgasms are like rare.
very
too.
hard to come by.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. Kate, can I ask you one more question?
Yeah.
What kind of men are you attracted to? Let's go there.
That's a fair question. I feel I'm someone who, when I'm in a relationship, my attraction to other people like decreases a lot. But when I was like hooking up with dudes, it's like all kinds of dudes, I guess. Like I liked beards.
You're so masked.
Wait, when you say beards,
all types of dudes, I guess.
when you say beards, you mean gay guys? With
No.
beards?
I liked
Guys with beards.
I liked guys who
Straight
had
guys
beard.
with beards.
Yeah.
like really masculine.
Not really masculine, just like I think beards are. I think facial hair is hot. All lengths of hair.
I thought you could say all lengths of dicks.
And then like sweet boys. I don't know.
Shy boys, sad boys, fuck boys.
Not fuck boys.
No.
Yeah, there's like an energy there that I
What
was
scenario
scared
does
of.
a fuck boy have sex with Kate? I'm sorry.
Zero scenarios.
One
but
that-
also I looked different with when I was hooking up with men.
It's true. Yeah.
I've never
You were
hooked up.
You were very femme.
I was. I've never hooked up with a man as this version of myself, and I never will.
Well, can we get into the gay? What do you guys want to talk about? Gay sex?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah, what are we here for? It's in my calendar, gay sex. My manager can like see my calendar and she's like, what are you doing at 4? And I was like, don't worry about it.
She says, it literally says we're having gay sex.
I just wrote gay sex.
I love it.
Well, let me tell you about my fucking, I've had my mega period.
I mean, you probably
It sounds
feel
like a-
free.
Like a weird
Like a
Pixar
tornado?
movie.
It's Amy Poehler playing like a little red droplet that runs around your body.
It is like a weird 80s movie.
Yeah, I got my mega period. I was shitting my fucking brains out.
True.
I got to that. Have indigestion because I have so much anxiety. I was so bloated and then had so much period shits.
It sounds like such a great release.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And then I looked super skinny. And then I was like, oh my God, I look so skinny. Should I post a thirst trap on Instagram? And then I was like, no, what are you doing? Like, what is wrong with you? Body image problems are weird. They're very weird. Mm-hmm. So like, I didn't post the thirst trap on Instagram. And then I was like, just feeling so sad. I was just so sad. And at the same time, I'm ragingly horny. Sad and ragingly horny.
It's like crying while masturbating type
That
shit.
I was in my bed. Sorry that it's right there.
Don't apologize. We're in your space. We're in your space.
Just like for hours not coming.
Trying to and not
Trying
being able
to
to.
and not
no,
coming.
Ashley.
Because I was sad.
You got a little blocked.
I'm like thinking about Jen.
what is it,
I'm like trying
serotonin?
not to think about Jen.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then I thought, all I want to do is make a dating profile and feel hot. That's like the only thing that I wanted to accomplish.
Okay, did you do it?
I did, and I'm gonna show you guys my pictures.
Let's see it.
Which dating app did you choose?
Hinge.
I approve of Hinge. I like Hinge a lot.
Thank you. What do you think of? Oh, you don't do that at all.
My relationship is pretty pre-app.
Wow.
Prep.
Wow, that's some ancient shit. That's some real love. Where'd you meet your partner?
At college. Are you going to show your profile?
She's getting it.
Let's see it.
Is that you and her in your home screen?
Yes, my home screen is Jen's butt.
Change it.
You have to change it.
You have to change it for your mental health. And Jen, we love your ass, but this is
It's
not
great. It's a good
Are you
butt.
trying to torture yourself?
I don't know what I'm doing.
It's
You
like
have to
listening to
change it,
sad music
Ashley.
when you're sad. What are you doing?
Change it right now.
Change your
Okay.
change it.
All right. You want to be my home screen?
Or have your cat be it.
Okay, fine.
Get like a different pussy.
His,
It's a cat's butt.
it's a cat's butt. All right, we'll change that right now.
Oh my god. Okay,
How do I
good.
do that? Set both. Okay, done. It's Fulton's butt.
Nice.
Is it
And the
'cause you-
soundboard.
Is it because you felt like you might get back together?
Okay, so if you are a new listener for Hannah, what a strange episode to have come in on. Just first of all, second of all, yes, the breakup was extremely. Just so you know, the healthiest relationship in my life. Wonderful human being. We talked about it periodically,
So maturely.
very maturely, and then finally we were at a point where she was like, I've been in relationships back to back, kind of the way that I was. I need to like be with myself as an adult. And I said, you get out of here, you go. And now she's doing it. And
So you're supportive, and it sounds like you ended on good terms.
yes, that's
Because you
exactly.
care about her.
Yeah, I do. And we both were like, maybe, one day we'll revisit this, but it's one of those things where you really can't count on that, Like, you can't have her, I guess, on your home screen, on your background. Okay, here's my Hinge. This is what I went with for my photos.
Okay, so the first one is you're like makeup free in a
Okay, Hannah.
relaxed top, a scoop neck, white.
There's no scenario where I'm in makeup, just FYI. There's no glam shots.
I was
on
like, this one, she went with no makeup. No, but you do kind of look like a Glossier model, naturally.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
it's a good one. It makes you seem famous.
It makes
I
you
think.
seem successful, like you
Thank
know
you.
someone with a nice camera.
Okay, cool.
My love language is mutual ego stroking, what do we think of that, Kate?
Red flag.
What?
That means she's calling you a narcissist.
That's a joke. That's clearly a joke.
Mutual ego stroking. Okay, but and then you put your at.
That's what the girls are doing. Can I just say?
You're just being very defensive.
I'm coming in from nothing.
You're being very defensive immediately. We haven't said anything yet.
okay.
Let me just say.
Well, hold on.
I have noticed that the girls are putting their Instagram handles in their bios on here. So I am just imitating what I'm seeing.
Okay, we're being a little critical, but it does seem like when you say mutual ego stroking and then you're at, it seems like you want them
That's a fair
It
assessment.
seems like you want them to go compliment your Instagram.
Yeah.
But I mean, some girls might be into this. We just want to be in alignment with who you are.
Right. But I do understand that them back to back is an issue.
You're not as cocky as this is making you look.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I think you might be the only person who thinks
But like deep down, you're soft.
Yeah, I hate myself. Yeah.
Yes. Like
You could put that first.
Deep
my
down,
love
I hate
language
myself.
is mutual self-hatred.
I just like to crawl into a depression hole with someone. I'm just looking for somebody to just occasionally finger me while I'm going through this depressive period.
Wait, what's your actual love language though? No joke.
Oh, words of affirmation.
But you don't say that. That's boring as fuck. Okay, so then you're with your Yankee hat, which you're definitely gonna lose some Boston girls.
That's okay.
What do we think about this one?
It's a different season. I like that. It shows that you exist year round.
I am a being that
You're
time
multi-seasonal.
exists for.
I think there's some people who are like, oh, like this person only exists in the summer.
Yeah, just hot girl summer and that's it. But
There's
I also
a banana in my pocket.
I like that there's a banana in your pocket, which shows that you care about health. And then you're on
It's also funny. You're
on a picnic blanket with like an area for them to envision them sitting next to you.
Oh,
and I love
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It's like date.
I also think I look
Datescape.
cute. Here we go. Here we're moving into the... See, that was the photo I was most worried about. It is by far the hottest photo of me ever taken, but it also looks like I'm like the parent of a kid shooting for a Gap Kids ad. And I was like, will you also photograph me?
That one definitely looks like a headshot to me.
Yeah, if you're a listener, if you're not watching and you're listening, I'm in all white sweats with like a white beanie. It's
I've never seen you
catalog.
wear this outfit, but I love it. And I like that you didn't start with it, but you just slid it in the middle just in case. Then you go, the key to my heart is chocolate hummus, which I love this answer.
I've never had. Is that real?
Dude, I have some right here.
This is so good for starting conversation. Okay, so this is for people, not that I'm like amazing at dating apps. However, it's all about planning things for them to use as conversation starters. It's not actually for them to understand you.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, then love a relatable. Okay, we have fall holding a pumpkin.
Yeah, pumpkin. I call that sex pumpkin. If you are a lesbian and you want women to come up to you, you just carry a pumpkin around the city. Man, you get a lot of numbers that way.
Then you write, I want someone who works at Whole Foods giving out chocolate hummus. That's hilarious.
A little callback.
Yeah.
We love a callback moment.
Yeah.
That's, oh my God, so cute. Okay, now she's by a sunset. Sunset naturally gives people serotonin hits.
Oh.
Okay, I didn't know that.
I just made that up. She goes, I didn't know that.
We were
I
literally
believed
like,
it. I
oh.
But
believed
then
it
it ends
instantly.
with a little stand up because you don't want to go stand up first. Because
Right.
people are
Right.
like, oh, I do comedy.
Yeah,
Right.
and here's the rough part is my Instagram, and I'm not taking down my photos of Jen, unfortunately. Also, I broke up with Jen before I announced it on the podcast, obviously. So there's like a delay. There's like a period of weeks where it appears we're still dating, but we weren't.
So your photos, honestly, highly impressed. Thank you so much. Because sometimes you think you look in a photo and your friends don't.
Yeah.
And then you're like, wait, have I been looking in the mirror wrong this whole time?
They're good photos.
They're great photos. We'll work on that first answer, your love language.
I think you're right, though. I think it's mostly the Instagram thing. That's the problem.
I don't think you have a problem at all because you're still processing it. You're not actually trying to meet someone right now.
Right. And I got a couple matches. And the other thing that I would like to report to people, newly single people who are feeling heartbreak. Oh my God, the quality of queer woman has just absolutely skyrocketed. It is like GameStop.
Why do you think?
Oh, I just like compared to 5 years ago, like I think more people are out as bisexual, pansexual, queer. No one's a lesbian
Lesbian
anymore.
TikTok is
You're on lesbian TikTok?
gorgeous. Well, when I go on yours. Like, you like click on a couple and the next you're on lesbian TikTok. They're all like so hot in different ways.
Yeah. Before, when I would get out of a relationship, I was like, I'm never going to meet anybody again. And it's so weird because you're like, you hook up with all these women who are straight or whatever. And now I feel like a lot of those women are just like out as bi.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I think it is. It's not that they're like hotter. It's almost like they're more confident. Like they're like, here world, here I am. I want pussy and I'm fucking gorgeous.
And they're brave enough to be on an app now.
Yes.
Whereas before it was like, what if someone sees me or blah, blah, blah.
And I think for girls growing up, seeing like these proud women owning their sexuality is like so positive.
Yeah.
So there's great ass out there. You've realized.
It also might be your healthier state of mind. Not that they're hotter, just like
She doesn't have a healthy
that
state
you're
of
not
mind.
so fatalistic. That you're not so fatalistic. You're
No,
like, I
you're
had a
right.
healthy relationship.
Yeah, you're
I can have
absolutely
another
right.
healthy relationship.
Yeah.
And the girls are hot.
Did
The girls are hot.
This is like a horrible question to ask, but we're on a podcast, so why not? Did you think she was the one?
We both acknowledged that we could see a life together. I think everyone knows that I'm like fully obsessed with Jen. Yeah. I just don't even think that you can compare. Like when you walk away from something, like you can't like go back and be like, oh, are they gonna have this or are they gonna have that moving forward? I'm not even interested in a serious relationship right now because I'm too sad.
Yeah.
I'm too sad. All I want to do is make out and go home and masturbate. That's my goal right now. I did match with this really cute girl.
Is it because if you brought them home with you, it would be like too intimate, like too much?
Yeah, I think I'm just too sad.
Yeah, and that's valid.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I look at Kate, I'm like, that's valid,
Yes,
right?
yes, it is. No, you're canceled for validating her feelings.
Can I validate that? Is that okay?
What if I just
I
coached
get
you
a
into
validation?
really bad behavior? Shame her. Shame her now. No masturbating.
Wait, self-love?
the
That's
devil's
fucked up. The devil's
Board game.
The devil's board game.
I don't know.
Well, how many sides does a clit dice have? A clit is an infinitely sided die.
You playing like Dungeons and Dragons with your vagina?
But I need a game dungeon master.
What kind of BDSM
Sounds like you're
is
looking for
this?
something else.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen you out in public and you seem great, if that makes you feel any better.
I will say this is the healthiest emotionally I've ever been in my life. Like losing Gara and Jen at the same time and like coming back into the comedy world all at the same time has been flustering.
But you're definitely in touch with your emotions, which is really good.
Yeah, and I'll be okay. I really genuinely believe like everything's gonna be okay.
I also genuinely believe that like her energy for whatever reason needed to get away for a bit, and like it's great that you're letting it, like you're not forcing
Are we
anything.
talking about Gara or
Jen?
Jen?
Jen.
Okay.
Well, kind of both.
Honestly,
You
yeah.
know, it's and like
It was both of their decisions.
and the trauma comes from like fighting it, but you just like
no,
letting
you
it
can't.
go.
You
can't.
gotta let people do what they need
You gotta
to do.
just like go in your natural path, and like if your paths cross with her again. I mean, I'm also, it's different when you're dealing with men because men are slower than women. Am I allowed to say that? Oh shoot.
Are you a
Yes.
man? Be a man for this.
I'm a man and I allow it.
Okay. When I said slow, I just meant like I feel like emotionally they evolve
Sure.
Wait, what?
slower. But I love like older men now, and I know that she's young, and that does affect things.
It does. She's like
Different parts of your life.
mature, but she's mature in the fact that she knows.
Yes.
She said to me,
Like she might not be able to appreciate you until she does.
"No, I
she needs
felt
to
I
do.
felt super appreciated. I think she was just sort of like, I cannot settle down till like I know who I am fully."
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when she knows who she is fully, she knows exactly what she wants.
Right.
She needs some fucked up relationships. Just kidding. I don't want that. For
I don't
her,
wish
but
that
you
upon
do
her.
learn.
She's a perfect little angel, and
Yeah.
I never want her to be in pain. Stay safe out there.
But it also is interesting.
Stay safe out there.
She dates men. I don't want. Honestly, I had that thought.
Oh,
I was
she's
like, I
bi?
don't want anything to happen to her. Yeah, yeah.
Oh shit.
Men are very good at hurting feelings.
As emotionally stunted beings, they don't even know they do it. But I do think that there are like weirdly a lot of breakups now that things are opening up.
Pandemic, yeah. People were together for sure out of convenience of the pandemic. I don't want anyone to think that about me and Jen. That was not.
No.
Yeah.
But it's just interesting. I know other breakups, actually just one other breakup, so I probably shouldn't stereotype it, but
No, I think a lot of people are getting divorced. That's out there, and it's a big time of change. And the lesbians and the queer girls are coming out, and they're on Hinge, and I'm excited about it. Please, listener, raise your age restriction
oh, for sure. That's for sure. I mean,
or lower it.
no, I think everyone should raise it.
It's just like I feel like as an older gay,
You're not fucking old.
I worry that like most of the people around my age are going to be in relationships and like married and stuff. So like I have to shoot a little younger
That's a
or
natural
older
anxiety.
and get like the divorced gays.
Yeah.
So please lower and
Or
raise
the
your-
divorced former straights.
That's
Oh, yeah.
I would love to. I had a mom in the past that I did not fully complete anything with. So if there's a mom in the New York City area listening, I'd love to play ball with your kid. No, don't do that.
I am.
Introduce me to your child.
I love a good MILF. I don't even watch porn. Like, I just love the concept of an older woman.
Yeah.
I keep teasing Chelsea. I'm like, I'll make a comment about like a MILF or something, and she'll get like mad. I'm like, this is good news for you. Right. You are just getting hotter every day to me.
Yes.
Yeah, you're an investment.
Yes. Like a fine wine.
Yeah. Every centimeter of those tits sag, I get a little bit.
Also, I don't want to stereotype, but I feel like lesbians, as opposed to straight men, like to be in relationships.
Yes.
So it's almost hard. Like, I feel like they're always fucking in relationships, and you have to find that like in between.
There's that window.
There's like a short window.
That's what I'm saying. So like, I do have my age like down. It's not like insanely low, but like, I do hope if you're in like the 25 range, you're open to someone.
But what about the
age.
lesbians who were like mid-30s, just been focusing on their career?
Yeah.
Like,
oh, for sure.
Let's fuck with them.
Yeah. And there just seem to be more younger people.
I just love matchmaking. I've matchmade 2 relationships. I need 1 more to go to heaven.
Oh my God.
Is that
What they say.
a
Is that
thing?
a
I
thing?
think it's Jewish culture.
Okay, all right.
Are you Jewish?
I mean, I'm from New York, so I have some Jew in me. I'm like 20% Jew.
Yeah, I'm Jewish on my mom's side. We're secular. Anyway, that's my gay sex from this week.
Yeah.
Hannah?
Yes.
Did you have gay sex this week?
It's funny. I actually did a like gayish pod on Berning in Hell with this girl Wheezy WTF from Horrible Decisions. So she has a new show on Fuse. I love how now I'm just promoting her, but it's called Sex Sells, where she interviews sex workers in this day and age for like
cool.
how they make money, as from OnlyFans to like sex dungeons to like all kinds of things, and just kind of making it more acceptable. But yeah, I was learning it from her. Like, she's so open with her sexual experiences of like loving threesomes and like doing golden showers and like being sub, being dom, and like all this stuff. And I'm sitting here like I haven't.
My fiance has gray hair. I don't know if you know that, but my fiance has gray hair. So
Yeah. So like, and then I was joking and I was like, should I have like hooked up with a girl in my life before? Like,
Well, obviously.
like, no, but I literally was like, did I make it? And she's like, how have you not? Because I like dress kind of like, I don't know. I love dressing. What's the word when you're not?
Androgynously.
Thank you. Androgynous. You look at my outfit. This is just.
no, I was just kind of taking
I'm more
it in.
comfortable. Like, I dressed in my brother's clothes growing up. Like, I just didn't like to be sexualized.
The thing that's
Yeah.
funny about it to me is I don't ever see it as like androgynous. I feel like androgyny is kind of in right now.
It is, which I'm loving.
Yeah.
But I was doing it before. I'm not trying to brag. But she basically was like, look, if you wanted to fuck a girl, you probably would have by now.
I
good
actually
point, too.
do agree with her.
Because
Yeah.
like I've had girls slide in my DMs and I just get like kind of uncomfortable and scared and wish I had an alter ego that was like, yeah, but instead like I don't go anywhere with my brain.
Yeah.
But I just felt like I haven't lived life fully.
What is it about like
It's-
girls hooking up with girls that feels like people have to do that in order to like
No, it's so stupid because I was joking with Des about it and he was like, it's just because you're in that space where you feel left out. Like, you just feel left out talking to your bi friends.
FOMO.
Yeah, I'm just having FOMO.
lesbian
It's
FOMO.
FOMP.
I'm literally having lesbian
Fear
FOMO.
of missing pussy.
FOMP. Oh my god. Because like, and then I told her I've had tons of lesbian friends, but also like no lesbian has really like tried with me either. But I also think because I haven't given them like a real
Listener,
opening.
if you would like to try with Hannah, now is the time to write in about that FOMP. You know she's having it. Will she have some of yours?
But also like sex in general, I do think I have like my comfort zone and what I like, and that's kind of how I've been. And Des, my fiance, like is the best sex I've ever had.
That's great.
And
That's
we
nice.
joke like when he was sexting with me early on, he hates when I tell this story, but I just have to. It was the most romantic shit. He told me, I want to fuck you with my soul.
Yeah, you're gay. You're a fucking lesbian. You're a lesbian, and Des is
Or is
also
he
a lesbian.
I was saying
You guys are lesbians.
But I was talking to Nikki Glazer about this, and she said male stand-ups have like feminine energy,
Yeah.
and female stand-ups have masculine energy, and that's why we
Interesting.
work well together. But like, I would never recommend dating a male stand-up. However, it is true, like our energies just work well together. And there's a lot of people that like after 6 months you kind of lose the attraction. But like emotionally and physically, he's just like still like I'm crazy about him.
Because if
exciting.
you don't know Des, he's also this really interesting person who grew up partially in Queens and lived in Ireland.
Yeah.
Lived in China for a little bit.
Truly fascinating.
He's like a very interesting
He speaks
person.
3 different languages.
Yeah.
He's so freaking smart. Like at one point, I was just like sitting with him and I'll just ask him questions about history. Like a real idiot. Like I was
Just like a human Wikipedia.
Yeah,
You're
like I'll
"Hey,
just
hon."
ask him, I'm like, why'd the Holocaust happen? And he's like,
And he was like, first of all, don't ever say that, especially on a queer sex podcast.
The school system has failed you on this one.
the school system has failed.
But honestly, like it has, because
It has.
I like nationalism. I barely know the answer to that other than nationalism, the rise of nationalism
Having
in
a
Germany.
sense of humor, you can hide a lot of shit you don't know. But he's also a person that I've like really do want to like fuck his brain. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of men that I liked having power over because I didn't respect them, or I felt they were immature, or like I felt like I knew stuff that they didn't know, or just telling that to myself to gain some control of the
Yeah.
situation. Where when I met him, when he first asked me on a date, I've never been with, the oldest guy I was ever with was 36 and he's 45, and I thought, if I'm not attracted to him, I know at least I'm going to be so fucking interested in this person and like learn
Yeah.
about comedy. Like that's how I went on the date. Even the second date, I was like, what if I kiss him and like it feels weird, like it's like an older uncle or something. Like it I never fucked.
You don't like kissing your uncle?
I mean, at sometimes if you're in the mood, but like I never hooked up with a guy like that much
Yeah,
older, and he
yeah.
doesn't look old. He does have gray hair though. But then like I
But it
kissed
suits him. He's one of those guys. It
yeah, he
suits
looks
him.
better, almost
Yeah.
older, which is annoying. But like we fully told each other, like I want to spend the rest of my life with you. You want to spend the rest of your life with me, and you still have to be like mysterious.
This is such straight behavior.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I cannot relate to that idea of like mystery in a relationship.
Well, I think because guys and girls, like, there's always that like you don't really understand how I work, and I don't really understand how you
Right,
work. So
yeah.
like we gotta like
and
work
with
for
Kate,
each other.
when you masturbate, you're like, I don't understand how I work. So the mystery is always there.
Kate's just doing that within her own head.
I'm in
which
love
is
with
always-
myself.
We'll never lose a spark, baby.
But yeah, Des just dating a guy who's older, like he's not competitive with me. He just like knows who he is, and I think everyone should take that. Like there's something so fuck like big lips, little nose, little waist, just like feeling comfortable in your own skin is
Yeah.
so fucking hot.
No, I think I don't know, as society, I think we're moving towards that.
No.
You really don't think so?
With social media, everyone's looking the fucking same with these fucking filters.
Maybe I'm too in the queer world. I feel like in the queer world, everybody's just like
the
no
straight
matter-
world is burning.
You could be like an alien with purple polka dot skin. People are like, yes, queen.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
do
I feel
you.
like it's aligned with the ideas of like liberation in the queer
Yeah.
movement. That
You just nailed
appearance
it.
and like embodying your soul externally is like a form of liberation.
You nailed it.
I think.
Because I think this
excellent
this-
youthing right there. That
Yes,
was like
that was great.
prime youthing.
The
really
booth
well
is
done.
on fire. I do give it up for the
booth.
booth.
In my asshole, there is
is
a
on
5-alarm fire in the diner.
The booth is burning in her asshole, in her butt.
Thinking about this,
I
like,
feel like
this like straight homogeneousness, or just like the rules that you
Yep.
guys have to play with. The day that I had all my period shits and I was I was feeling super hot, and I was like, I want to look like kind of femme today. So I had these jeans on, and I put on this like tighter waffle long sleeve white tee that I had. Shut up.
But you're like, I'm having a femme day. I'm gonna put on a waffle. Waffles are literally like what I buy to feel.
I've never seen a straight girl in a
to
waffle.
feel like a man. I buy waffles.
It's my tightest shirt, and
Okay, so it was a
I
form
literally
fitting
you guys are
and
shitting
put
on
on
my
waffles
Okay,
to
I don't
feel
know.
euphoric.
I honestly don't even know what a waffle is. That's how gay that is.
It's okay. I put it on. It's not like a Henley.
Okay.
It's like a long sleeve tee, but it was like tight.
Okay, we
Oh,
believe.
okay.
And I tucked it in. I
Oh.
never tuck in.
Yeah.
And I I was like, wow, you look good.
Mm-hmm.
Like you look your body looks good. And I was
Nice.
just feeling so hot. And I was like, I know men are going to look at me and they're not going to know that I'm gay. And I'm not interested in that, but I like the effect that it's having on my brain right now.
Okay.
Because I just like liked feeling hot because I've been sad and I wanted to
Yeah.
feel hot. And then I get to this show and I do the show and I have a great set. I'm feeling so good. And then this dude comes out and he goes, so you're a lesbian? And I was like, yeah. And it's different when you say it than when I say it. I was doing a bit about having to come out as trans and I referred to clothing. And he was like, well, you wouldn't have to change your clothing. He was like trying to riff with me, but
He was,
Yeah.
he was mansplaining.
yeah, he was
trans.
like, I don't know what he was doing. I don't
wasn't
even know why I
nice.
went on this
Basically,
tangent.
male attention is never good. It's always negative.
Yeah.
But it was just so weird because I was like, this is a you and straight people problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, why are you talking to me like this? Like,
Yeah.
just let
Yeah.
me feel femme in my clothes, my
Yeah.
waffle tee.
Yeah.
But
I love that I did the exact thing that this man did. I am canceled.
No, but it's okay when you do it.
and honestly, if that,
no, it
if that's
was okay
gender,
when she
Kate,
did
if
it.
that's gender expression for you, if you have to mansplain something to me,
I do. I have to be a huge dick in order to feel good.
well, I thought that was great gay sex. We're gonna go to Kate for Kate's first ever gay sex.
Hoo-hoo. I didn't have the soundboard, so
I know, I feel really bad.
No,
the
I like.
splitter hasn't arrived.
Maybe we should stick with my mouth sounds.
I don't like the word mouth sounds.
ASMR.
Yeah, did you have gay sex this week?
I did not have gay sex in real life this week. However, I had sex in my friend's dream.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Your friend had a sex dream about you.
but not with her boyfriend.
You
Oh my
fucked your
God.
boyfriend in her dream?
Yeah.
Was she mad at you in the morning?
Kind of.
So your friend's straight.
My friend is straight, has a
That
boyfriend.
would explain why she would be mad about the dream.
Yeah.
That's also
And
some
she-
straight
in the
people
dream-
shit. Lesbians are like, tell me more about the dream. We should get a tarot reader. Let's call our tarot. Let's get the crystals out. Tell me more about the dream.
What was the real depth behind it?
She was like, in the dream, she walked in on me having sex with him. And she said that first of all, that I was like pegging him.
Oh my God.
And that
Wait, how do
instead
you
of-
know this person?
We're good friends.
Are you friends with the boyfriend?
Yes.
Like close?
I've known her for like ever. And I've known him since they started dating. And I like him. I think he's great. So in the dream, she said that I wasn't like fucking him from behind. We were like face to
You were
face looking in each other's eyes.
You were missionary
Pegging him. Yeah.
There is a meaning behind this.
And
And
then
it's like
in the
I
dream,
majored in psychology in college.
and then in the
And
dream,
we learned all about missionary pegging.
I majored in communication arts and I still can't communicate.
and then she was like, how could you do this to me? And we started being like, how close-minded of you, like to be so anti, like, I don't know, poly, or like we
Yeah.
were just like, you're so close-minded, and like accused her of being like
you
a
tried
bigot.
to cancel her.
Yeah, we were like gaslighting her in her dream.
Oh my God. While you betrayed her.
So she woke up and she was like, I'm like emotionally affected by this dream.
Wait, you can't not be emotionally affected by your subconscious. Maybe there's a couple options here. She's paranoid that maybe like she's not having like freaky sex or something.
No, I think they've got a good thing going on.
Or I'm just bashing her relationship. I'm like, maybe she's cheating on her. No.
Okay, here, I actually think I know what it is, and I wasn't going to get into this other story, but now I feel like I have to.
Yeah, get into it.
Because they do have a good
Because
relationship.
you pegged him. Because one time, and anyway, the reason that she had this dream was because one time she walked in on me pegging him.
No,
and that's
okay.
why.
One time, I will tell the rest of the story another time, but long story short, she came in possession of one of my dildos. And she...
Yeah, Kate, that's a critical detail.
No. That's a story for another time. We're running out of time.
No, we're fine. You're fine, right?
Oh yeah, I'm fine.
We're grabbing food.
Yeah.
Great. We're good.
Okay.
She came into
She
possession.
came into
of one of
possession
your-
of one of my dildos.
How did that happen?
Truly, I'll tell that one another time.
I thought you said
she
she
was
got
doing me a
possessed
favor.
by one of your dildos.
No, she was doing me a favor.
And the priest is like, oddly enough, I have worked with dildos before.
I think you are a dildo. You're an angry dildo. Get it out.
Angry Dildos is my favorite kids app.
That's the title of this pod. Angry dildos. Continue.
So she had it because she did me a favor. She really saved me on this. So she had it And then she proceeded to like her
No.
and my
I'm sorry, I can't let you continue. In what scenario does your friend take a dildo as a favor to you?
Okay. All right. It's a long
Welcome to the pod, Kate.
one. Okay.
It's an adjustment.
Yeah, you need to open up.
So one time I was at a house. I'm not going to say what.
What was the address?
The White House.
It was the White
1600
House.
Pennsylvania
It was the, I
Avenue.
knew it was the White
I
House.
was at 1600 Pennsylvania, and I was staying at like a friend's house, right? And I was staying there for the weekend, and like when it was time to go, like packed everything up, and we're like, oh, where's the small dildo? Like, I don't know. And we were like, oh, maybe we just didn't bring it. Like, it's probably back at.
You're with a significant other at this.
Yeah,
house.
I was with some girl, and we go back to her apartment, like a long drive. We're like, oh, we didn't bring it. It must have just been like back at your apartment. So we get back and we tear her apartment apart, and it's not there. So I was like, oh my God, like we left it at our friend's house, and like I can't have this happen.
But also at one point you're like, yeah, we fuck.
Yeah, but it wasn't like, it was like family friends. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
There's also no type of friend that you want to
Well,
find
so
your
then
dildo.
this friend, I called her because she lived nearby, and I was like, can you break into this house? And
This is a great story. Why don't you start with this?
Yeah, this is great.
I was like, can you break into this house and tell me if I left a dildo there? And so she like broke into the house, and she was like looking everywhere, and she was just like really stressed, and she was like, I don't think it's here. And then I like told her what room I had been staying in, and she walked
You're
in the
like,
room.
here's a list of rooms that I had sex in this house. Did you check the bathroom? Did you check the pantry? The laundry room? Go to the basement. There's a weird corner
Under the
hallway
rug.
sort of
Under
thing.
the rug.
Yeah, check under the rug.
Okay, but it was
Crawl onto the roof. I have
it
a
was
little.
even worse than that. The second she walked in the room, it was just smack dab in the middle of the floor.
Oh my God.
Like, could not have been more obvious.
It's like sitting on the bed just by the pillow.
It was
With
literally
a little
nap.
frowny face, like, I miss my mom.
So she like picked it up with a paper towel, like threw it in a bag.
What color is it? Just for the imagery for
Yeah.
the listener.
Okay, so I don't want to be misunderstood. It's black. It's a black dildo, like the color black. It's not realistic.
Yeah.
But when I say black dildo, people think that I
Like
have,
balls and everything.
like a balls and everything of like a black man's
It's
penis.
a
No,
toy. It's not a mock penis.
Exactly.
It's a toy. Yeah.
Exactly. And and like on a white rug. So it was just like blatantly obvious.
But she's like, can't find it. Oh, yes, we can. Yep. It's just staring at her with its one eye.
So she got it for me, and she held on to it. And then her and my friends in the group chat played this prank on me that she pegged her boyfriend with it.
Oh,
And they were like
okay.
pranking me, and I was going crazy. I was like, did you seriously, like, I thought I could trust you.
What a
like, this is so
violation.
painful
Yeah,
for me.
yeah,
I'm gonna have to buy a new one. Like,
So
I got
pegging
like,
could just
so
be you like
upset.
putting something in someone. It doesn't have to be like attached to you.
Yeah, I think so. That's actually a good
I think she
question.
had me thinking that she like strapped this thing on and pegged her boyfriend.
I would say pegging does not require wearing. I feel like pegging. I feel like you can.
I don't know.
If you brought a dildo home and put it in Dez's bum, and you were not wearing it, your face right now is super contemplative.
Yeah.
Complete.
I'm taking. Yeah.
She's taking notes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm taking it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I think that would count as pegging.
straight
I would
people,
count it as
straight
pegging.
girls don't know shit about pegging. Like, didn't know what pegging was until like a year ago.
Yeah, that's. Yeah.
And now they love it.
No, but I feel like so many straight guys want to be pegged.
Yeah, I would
Because like
guess that.
straight guys don't have different, buttholes than gay guys.
Right.
Yeah.
So why would they
Well,
not enjoy
prostates.
it?
Prostate simulation.
Prostates
are prostates.
Title of this podcast: Prostates are prostates.
Love is love. Prostates are prostates.
I think there's an even number of like people who want to peg people and people who want to get pegged, and if we could just match them all up, we would have world peace.
Wait, that is so beautiful. I have a really quick random story.
Yeah.
I highly recommend, bringing stuff to thrift stores when you're done with them. And I brought a bunch of stuff to a thrift store once, and then you go and whatever they don't want, they give back. and they gave me back this like really nice like vintage purse that had like a cool pattern outside. And I looked at my friend, I was like, what the fuck, this purse is so cool. And they were like, you can have this. And I take it, I walk out, I open it up. My big pink vibrator is just, like you know how you hide your vibrator from yourself? Like I just hide it in college. Like I don't have like a place to put it, so I guess I put it in a random purse. That person must have thought I was fucking with them. They were not happy with me.
You're like, oh, that's where
I was
it went.
so embarrassed because I actually was
gosh.
looking for it. I like put it in a shoe. Like, you know, your parents come to visit. You're just like, I'm not putting this in my drawer. Like, so obvious. So I'll put it in a shoe or a purse.
Why are your parents going through your drawer? I've literally never thought that my mother would go through.
I don't know. Well, sometimes like my mom, she's like OCD and loves cleaning, so she'll just start like cleaning shit.
Sure, yeah.
But also, I now do so much sex related advertising. Like if you walk into my room, there's just vibrators everywhere that majority of it I haven't used.
Well, anything that you're working on, we're gonna make a TikTok together.
Oh yeah, we are, because I'm trying to break in lesbian TikTok. I feel like I have potential.
Listener, does Hannah have potential on lesbian TikTok? Just do a one-handed backhand. You'll be on there immediately.
I did do. I'm not, but also I want to normalize straight girls being good at sports. You know?
Hell yeah.
I was like that. I was like, just because I'm good at sports doesn't mean I'm gay. And then I was like, fuck.
No, like I do. Kate, I swear to God, when I'd beat a lesbian in sports, I'd be like, fuck yeah. Like when I'd out sprint my lesbian friend, I'd be like, who am I but the greatest straight who ever straighted? Oh, it was fun. It was fun.
I took a pounding last night and I still beat you. I can barely fucking walk. You little bitch.
When you guys just had a little clit tickle, I got fucking broken. But I do have to say, I do think the spectrum, I want it to be closer. I want it to be less that like, oh, straight girls are these like girly, like can't
for
fucking.
sure.
I want it to be like straight girls can be as good as lesbians.
I know that sounds like honestly, these days I think it's harder to be a straight woman. My listeners are gonna come at me, cancel me right now.
No, but lesbians are the premier form of straight women. Hear me out.
Wait, what?
Just hear me out. Straight women
Of woman.
Okay. Straight women are held back
Which
by
this is Kate's first day on the job, and
poor
Kate
girl.
is like, I don't
Poor
know
girl.
what the
No, you
fucking
guys
do.
are the like final boss of females because straight women are hindered by men.
Yeah, you have to.
We
put
are
up with-
distracted.
Yeah.
We care what they think. Think of all women in history. I bet you majority of them
They are
gay.
They are
because
gay.
they do not give a fuck about like the male agenda, and they are just chasing their fucking dreams while getting pussy on the side. That's why I think I'm jealous of lesbians, because I want that power.
And that's why you've got fump. I 100% understand where you're
Like
coming
you don't
from.
need
the male gaze
by men.
and having to play by the male rules.
Yes.
It's hard enough as someone who doesn't date them. You know what I mean?
It's like how you hate men, but you love them. You guys can hate men and not have to love them, which is pretty empowering.
I'm right now. I just flashed in my head all of my gay male listeners.
I am not talking about them.
We love you, gay male
No,
listeners.
you guys are great.
And bi
Also,
male listeners. And honestly, we have straight male listeners who are fucking awesome.
Yeah,
and
but-
they listen to this podcast because
and they're getting fucking educated.
and they agree with you. Like they agree with you. We have great straight male.
I just think lesbians have paved the way for a lot of straight women. So I just want to give my.
You're welcome.
my
You're fucking welcome for your whole career, your whole life. You owe me so much.
I think I just nailed it though. That's what it is. Like, not that I necessarily want to fuck a woman, but I want the power of.
You don't want to
being
fuck
gay.
a lesbian. You want to be a lesbian.
I just want to be a lesbian. I identify as lesbian, but I'm attracted to men. Wait, is that gonna get?
I think there are no rules.
Kate's like, yeah, you're on the same page as me, bro.
I did. When I said to Kate, I said this is going to be a challenging first episode because Hannah's such a powerhouse, but it's going to be a lot of fun. I think that was great. I think we're done. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
She goes, anyway, mid-sentence, goodbye.
And a very quick little gay thought. All the gays who are not afraid of making a first move. Man, shout out to you guys. You queer, you particularly the femmes. You queer femmes making the first move. Gay, God bless you. What a service you're doing to your community. What a service. It's tough. It's tough to know. And I think it's really fucking cool when you put yourself out there. I think it's admirable and hot. All right. Have a great week, guys. You're wonderful.